Welcome to another day of How to ABL. It is 10/10/2023 and it is shock season. Today is Combat Villain Day, so I'll be using Dr. Octopus with Rage. He has very tight and weird rotation, so I'll definitely show it to you. Some people like to hear it. So you're going to do a 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. 4 is canceled when you fire off into the air. Then you're going to do 6, and you're going to do 2 spins, cancel into a 1, 2. After that, you're going to do a 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2 with that delayed cancel on the 4 again, and then you're going to hit 7. 7 is going to instantly cool down your skills, so you can do 1, 2, 5, 3, 4 2 times in a row, and then finish that with a 1, 2, and then you kind of rinse and repeat. So it's a really hectic, wild rotation. You got to stay on it and keep up with it, and you have to adjust it because Searcher is all over the screen. So I'm going to do my best to keep up with it. I might do a couple misses here and there. Sometimes I have to run him multiple times because he's kind of a wonky pain in the butt, but he does score really well. So if you want to stick around afterwards, I'll give you additional details like the team, why I built it the way I did, and some options you might have if you don't have Doc Ock. So switching to Doc Ock, running up, I'm going to do a 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, fire off into the air, 6, 2 spins, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's kind of hard to see with the graphics turned down, but you can kind of see Vulture circle him twice. You can kind of get used to the timing. I turn the graphics down because I find with the graphics turned up, I'll actually get some lag. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 7. Now watch this. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. And then I have one more charged, but I'm going to go pick this orb up really quick and then come right back. You can cancel on the 4 or the 7 with Dr. Octopus. Always finish with that 1, 2. There we go. I'm going to do the 6. I'm going to do 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. Here's the 7 again. Oh, he's too far away for me to cancel. I might not be able... Okay, that's going to hurt because the 4 is not ready there. That's going to hurt. We're going to go ahead and try it anyway with the 3 and the 4. Him jumping away actually hurt my rotation. All right, we're going to move around. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. There's the 7. There we go. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. And ooh, run after him. Pick up that orb. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. And again, we're going to use the 6. 1 circle, 2 circle, 1, 2. Oof, that's fun. Move around. And you'll see how often we have that 7 going on almost constantly, which helps a lot. There we go. That was much better. And at least it was inside the Oathen Force. So even with a mess up, we did a mild recovery there. That does happen. I mean, there is some randomness involved in modes like this. There's that 7 again. This is really where he shines, is he's spamming and using the 7 almost all the time. 2 circles, 1, 2. Okay, wait till the 1's ready again. So every other rotation, you should be able to get off the 6 and then the 7 every other rotation. Alright. I think I'm going to have the 7 ready here. But it is kind of like a 7 rotation followed by a non-7 rotation every other, which is kind of cool. That's one of the reasons why he scores so much, but it's so hard to keep those... I missed the procs there. To keep the procs on with the cancels and how he jumps around the screen, it hurts. It hurts bad. Let me pick this up first. Sweet. And finish that with a 1, 2. Alright, and we procced early. It's fine because we got a minute here to move around. Alright, there's the 7 again inside the Oathen Force. We like that, and we'll be able to use the 6 this time. We're going to finish that with a 1, 2 for the cancel. And then I'm going to do one more, if I have time, one more rotation with a 7. Oh, kind of low, not going to lie. But 5.9 million is not terrible, not for my account at least, especially with the way my physical attack is lacking. So 5,952,120. What do I usually score in that day? Let me see, 7. Let's go back into the past and see what I usually score. So back on 7/18, I scored 5.5. So that's kind of on par with where I usually score with them. I know some people will use Namor. We'll talk about stuff like that in a minute here. So let me go ahead and show you my account first. I start with cards, and then I go to X Swords, just so you can see how my account's built. So if you're scoring more or less, you know why. I think it's important to show the accounts that you're using, especially if you're trying to demonstrate to other individuals. So here are my cards Keep in mind I have very low physical attack, only at 13%. Even with the all attack, as you combine the two together, it's like 104,000 versus the energy attack over here, which is like 140,000. So, you know, a little bit of difference, you know, about 40,000, I'm sorry, 40% difference there between my energy and physical, and Dr. Octopus is a physical attacker. Also, my Pierce here is at 16% and not 25. If I had it at 25, I would definitely score a lot more, because that does impact your ability to do ABL. Here are my swords. Let me go ahead and show you Dr. Octopus's build really quick, and then we'll talk about the team and alternate options. So here are his details. Got all the important ones maxed out here. Let me go ahead and go over here. So the Uru/Odin's Blessings, I've got very few Odin's Blessings on them. Everything's amplified on my ABX and ABL characters. Skills, I'm using Thor as a striker. Not only is he another cancel option for Dr. Octopus for today, but the other nice thing about Thor being elemental is just he has more damage that he does. For whatever reason, elemental does really good in ABL, and using Thor as your striker for the wave clear and the lightning damage just is awesome. And mine's built. He's a tier 4 with a rage, and having a built striker does more too. So if you don't need your striker for canceling, I recommend always using Thor for your ABL striker, like I recommend using Black Widow for your ABX one. I've had other veteran players recommend this to me, and after experimenting and trying different things out, it seems like I always score more. So as always, experiment, figure it out for yourself. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, use what works for you. Type enhancement is rank 5. I got Power of the Angry Hulk. Everything's maxed out there. I got a Cruelty artifact, and I have a normal rage. Obviously, we could reforge this, but at least it's at a 0.9, which is where you want it. Uniform is mythic. So that's my Dr. Octopus. Let's talk about the team and alternate options in case you don't have him or don't have his uniform. So the team that I'm running, I'm using Abomination's leadership for that 60% all attack. Taskmaster for the support doubly. So the Weapon Master does do nothing for him, but he does have on his uniform, there is a uniform effect, and you specifically need the Marvel Studio Black Widow uniform, which technically is a woman in the suit, so I don't know why he's listed as male, but whatever. Damage dealt, that's what you want. That's why you have it. You want this uniform, you want damage dealt. But with this uniform and damage dealt, he is worthy of an insight, so I gave him an insight as well. Always good to have an insight on one of your characters. Other options that I would at least consider running for today. Honestly, there's not a lot. Namor's probably the second best, and I've had other people swear up and down that their Namor does better. He's also elemental. Now, Namor could be run with a Judgment or a Rage, but again, for whatever reason, Rages seem to do better in ABL. So if you have an option even with Namor, I would still Rage him up over a Judgment. But Namor is a great option. You can pretty much just use the exact same team and swap it out. I'm pretty sure Namor is also a physical attacker. Yeah, he's physical as well. So you definitely want to have his uniform Black Panther Wakanda Forever if you're going to use Namor, but he works just fine as well. Hulk does do good in PvP and PvE, but likewise, Namor and Hulk need a tier 4 if they want to compete. Hulk, with the Abomination lead here, does something extra because of the gamma radiation. Allies will actually get damage dealt. So Hulk has a little bit of an unfair advantage if you have Abomination leader here on your team, because you also have a damage dealt, so you have a double damage dealt. Now, I don't have a tier 4 Hulk, and Hulk does so good in PvP. Again, he does good in both. He scales his damage based upon hit points. He is a awesome choice for today. I would still say Dr. Octopus is number 1, followed by Namor, and then Hulk. Those would be the top 3 options, in my opinion. As far as support options go, honestly, I don't think anyone besides for Taskmaster is worth it, so I highly recommend that uniform and an insight on Taskmaster. Back in the day, Kingpimp, or Kingpin Winter Criminal uniform, yeah, I make the joke because of the cane and the furry jacket. He used to be good. He's not anymore. Don't even bother using him. Apocalypse was good way back in the day, not anymore. Mega Red is kind of lackluster in this game mode particularly. In other game modes, he's pretty good, considering he's free to play. And Carnage is PvP focused, so I wouldn't consider using him. The Maker, Mr. Fantastic, it just doesn't hold up even at tier 4 in my opinion. So from what I've seen from other people playing, I built the character that I thought would do the best for my account, which was Dr. Octopus. Other people seem to have a similar opinion, so I do advise Dr. Octopus or Namor. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. As always, may your ABL scores be as high as possible, and I will catch you in the next one.